100 PL? Liverpool will reject insulting price for brilliant striker. Liverpool have been quoted a ridiculous price that will end their interest in a brilliant striker. What a shame that is. Liverpool are in the market for a new striker and will try to sign one this summer. It's not exactly a mystery as to why, and anyone watching the Reds this season will see the need. Neither Darwin Núñez nor Diogo Jota are reliable enough, in short. They're reliable for entirely different reasons too, and Liverpool simply can't go into the next campaign with that pair as their center forwards. Núñez just isn't reliable enough in front of goal. He could perhaps get away with it if Liverpool had two Mo Salahs, but they don't. The Uruguayan just isn't clinical enough to pally regularly. Jota is clinical enough, but he just can't stay fit. He's played around 1/3 of Liverpool's Premier League minutes this season, and that's just not good enough, is it? And so the Reds are on the hunt. They hope to come out of the summer transfer window with a new man to lead the attack, but it certainly appears that one option is off the table. João Pedro's asking price. TalkSport claims that Brighton have set their asking price for João Pedro at 100 million. That comes after Liverpool registered interest in the Brazilian. We're massive fans of Pedro, who has a bit of a Roberto Firmino about him. Now that comparison gets wildly overused these days, and half the time isn't accurate in the slightest. But the Brighton star does fit the mold. However, he absolutely does not fit the mold at 100 million. Prime Firmino may have cost that, but Pedro isn't on that level. Not particularly near it either. The hope would be that he can develop into something resembling a 100 million player, of course. But you're not paying that kind of money out of hope. Liverpool certainly aren't. The reality is that Pedro is your third best forward in a front three. If he's your best, you're not going to be winning major trophies unless he develops at an incredible rate. So while we'd like to see him at Liverpool, it would be for half that price at best. The Reds are linked with Alexander Isak for 120 million plus, and that's a far superior signing. Even someone like Hugo Ekitike, another player we really like, can be secured for 60 million this summer. Again, that's just a safer, stronger signing. That Pedro price is enough to end all chance of a deal then. Rule this one out. How to watch the Merseyside Derby. UK viewers can watch the game on Sky TV. You can upgrade your existing Sky to add Sky Sports here or sign up for Sky here. US viewers can watch the game on Peacock here. Fans can watch the live stream from anywhere by using a VPN and then signing up to the streaming service from your country of choice. You can get a VPN here. Liverpool have been gifted a fantastic deal to sign Liam Delap from Ipswich Town. Richard Hughes has a decision to make. Liverpool will move to sign a striker in the summer. It comes after a season without any reliable focal point for the attack. Neither Darwin Núñez nor Diogo Jota have delivered consistently for Arne Slot, though for entirely different reasons. The former just isn't able to consistently score goals, and questions over his work rate in the second half of the season mean Liverpool can't rely on him going forward. Jota is unreliable simply because he doesn't play all that often. He's featured in around 1/3 of Liverpool's Premier League minutes. That's not enough to be the main striker. And so Liverpool will enter the market this summer for what will be the biggest signing of Richard Hughes' career in all truth. One of the options on the shortlist is Ipswich Town striker Liam Delap. The Reds have even been gifted a deal to sign him. The Daily Mail reports that Delap will have a relegation release clause this summer, assuming Ipswich Town don't enact an incredible survival push. It would see him leave for 40 million, and understandably, there are a host of clubs interested in the striker. Manchester United, Chelsea, Newcastle United, and Manchester City are all looking into signing Delap. Not an easy race to win then, but Liverpool may have the clearest need for a striker of the lot. That is, unless Alexander Isak leaves Newcastle for Anfield. We think this is probably one to seriously watch then. Delap will definitely move in the summer with that release clause. Again, we're assuming Ipswich go down, and Liverpool will want to be near the front of the queue. For one thing, Liverpool may decide to move on from both Jota and Núñez this summer. That would require two strikers to come in, and Delap is just about cheap enough to justify in that scenario. There's also the fact that he's homegrown. Liverpool risk running into issues there with Trent Alexander-Arnold, Karim Kelleher, Gerald Quansah, Joe Gomez and Harvey Elliott all linked with exits Tasaki.
Arne Slot addresses speculation about Trent Alexander-Arnold's future. Amid Real Madrid transfer. Links Trent Alexander-Arnold, the talented defender for Liverpool, has reportedly been making strides toward a potential move to Real Madrid, with his contract set to expire at the end of this season. However, Arne Slot, the manager of Liverpool, has insisted that his team's focus remains firmly on their Premier League title ambitions, despite the growing rumors surrounding Alexander-Arnold's future. The English fullback, who has long been connected to a free transfer to the Spanish Giants, is reportedly deep in negotiations with Real Madrid. Alexander-Arnold is one of 3 key players at Liverpool whose contracts are set to expire in the summer, alongside Mohamed Salah and Virgil van Dijk. Since January, all 3 have had the freedom to negotiate terms with clubs abroad, further fueling speculation about their futures. Despite the ongoing discussions, Slot emphasized that Liverpool's priority is their current Premier League campaign. The team, who are the favorites to claim the Premier League title this season, will face their local rivals, Everton, in a crucial match following the international break. Referring to the situation with Alexander-Arnold, Slot expressed some frustration, saying, "Unfortunately, his situation is that he's injured at the moment, so people probably haven't noticed the brilliant performances he's had for England." The Liverpool manager continued, "But right now, he's focusing entirely on his recovery, and our job is to help him get back to full fitness as quickly as possible." Slot also acknowledged the ongoing contract talks involving several key players. "For the past 8 months, there have been various discussions about Trent, Virgil, and Mo," he noted. "However, we've never allowed those discussions to distract us. Our focus has always been on what we need to do on the pitch." The Premier League title chase remains at the forefront of Liverpool's attention, with Slot's side currently 12 points ahead of second-placed Arsenal and only 9 games remaining in the league. He remains unfazed by the speculation surrounding his star players. This situation has been ongoing for several months, and despite all the noise, these players have continued to perform exceptionally well. "It hasn't affected me in the slightest," Slot added. Liverpool's upcoming clash against Everton is particularly significant as it marks the team's first game since their disappointing loss in the League Cup final to Newcastle, which followed their exit from the Champions League to Paris Saint-Germain in a penalty shootout. Despite these setbacks, Slot maintains an optimistic outlook. "We are all eagerly looking forward to the remaining 9 games," he said. "The players are refreshed and ready for the challenge ahead." Slot was quick to remind everyone that the team's recent defeats should not overshadow the positives. "It wasn't